April 10th, 1912. At the golden hour of dusk, the proud silhouette of the RMS Titanic stands moored at Southampton's pier. Under the glow of warm, yellow deck lights, luggage carts and port cranes loom in the distance. Passengers from every corner of the world clamber aboard, their hearts full of hope. This is no mere ship. It is a floating palace, proclaimed unsinkable. Yet, as she slowly pulls away from the wooden dock, gentle ripples in the water betray the calm before a storm. The grand first-class dining saloon opens before our eyes, a cathedral of crystal chandeliers, gilded moldings, and crimson carpets. Long tables groan under fine china and silverware. At one secluded corner, two aristocratic ladies sit face to face, their tension barely masked by polite smiles. A uniformed waiter glides past, balancing a silver tray heaped with gourmet creations. Crystal sconces reflect off ornate frescoes, casting dancing patterns on the walls. This is the pinnacle of Edwardian grandeur. Yet an undercurrent of unease ripples through the room. Behind closed doors, the third-class common room pulses with a different energy. Oil lanterns sway on wooden benches as immigrants share tales of promised lands. Children chase one another, clutching handmade toys. A crewman moves quietly through the crowd, handing out bread and steaming mugs of tea. In a shadowed corner, one passenger's eyes linger on the horizon, his expression unreadable, hinting at secrets he cannot share. On the open deck, a young couple leans on the railing. The ocean breeze tousles their hair as the sun dips toward the horizon. Behind them stretches an endless sea, glowing in burnished gold. They exchange whispers of devotion, eyes reflecting both love and longing. Somewhere, a distant ship whistle sighs through the hush of waves. For a moment, time seems to stand still. In the ship's small communication office, telegrams are stacked high on a wooden desk. Under a single lamplight, the dispatcher pores over iceberg warnings, sepia-toned messages scrawled in red ink. His gloved hand trembles as he reaches for the antique rotary telephone, but no one answers. Through the porthole, the dark sea lies in stillness, offering no hint of what lies ahead. An invisible menace looms beneath the waves. Suddenly, the hull of the Titanic scrapes against a colossal iceberg. From an extreme low angle, steel plates buckle inward as water churns violently around her keel. Sparks flicker where metal meets ice. On deck, structures tremble. Lifeboat Davids tilt alarmingly. The impact's shockwave ripples through the frigid Atlantic, heralding catastrophe. Under a ghostly moon, passengers scramble for lifeboats. Life jackets bob over Edwardian attire as lines form in the gloom. An officer stands atop a barrel, shouting orders through a megaphone. His voice cracks with urgency. A woman collapses to her knees, tears streaming as water seeps through deck planks at her feet. The once stately liner now thrums with fear. In the storm of panic, tender moments bloom. An elderly man, coat damp with dew, wraps his arms around a shivering child. Lantern light dances on their faces, reflecting hope amidst despair. Off to the side, lifeboat lanterns glimmer on the rippling surface. A fragile calm settles briefly, as if the sea itself pauses to catch its breath. Some leap into the freezing abyss, droplets of seawater suspended in midair. Hands claw at splintered wooden debris. Visible breath fogs the surface. In the distance, the silhouette of a lone lifeboat drifts away into the void. Beneath the waves, currents swirl around wreck fragments, and ghostly bioluminescent particles float, a silent testament to human frailty. In the black water, two friends cling to each other. One's shoulders lift as the other sinks beneath the surface. Desperate hands grasp at wet fabric, faces twist in panic. Above, the night sky shimmers with stars, their reflections dancing on the gentle waves like distant lullabies. The sea's embrace is cold and merciless. Half-filled lifeboats drift in somber silence. Survivors huddle together, their eyes hollow with shock. A child, clutching a soaked rag doll, stares into the dark. Lanterns swing at the stern, casting fleeting shadows on tired faces. Somewhere far off, faint sobs mingle with the lapping waves, reminders of those left behind. At dawn's first light, the peak of the iceberg still looms above calm seas. Below, the Titanic lies broken in two, her wreckage descending into the abyss. Scattered debris fields drift like ghosts, while subtle shafts of light pierce the water's chill. Oil slicks shimmer under the pale sky, and a distant ship's whistle echoes, haunting, ethereal, eternal.